ගන්න පුළුවන් මෙතන ස්ක්‍රීන් එක මොනවත් වැඩ කරන්නේ නැහැ හැබැයි.
It has been a hectic start for this Champions Cup final. St. Mary's scoring early, and within minutes Saunders replying the stunning strike from Clovis Frank. And just the kind of start we would have expected from a final like this.
Bringing the right type of energy and the right type of intensity straight from kickoff in this battle between North and South here at the Racecourse International Stadium. Saunders, an opportunity for them to add to their ever-growing illustrious list of titles here. An opportunity on the other hand for St. Mary's to absolve themselves of the sins from their league trophy, which they missed out due to some complacency, leaving Pelicans with the opportunity to grab that championship. But now, after an absolute burst of energy in the start of this game, back at square one for both these teams.
Absolutely, both teams just missed out on the championship with a few results not going their way, especially for St. Mary's. In 3 of the games they were in winning positions but ended up with a draw. And even for Saunders, who had a really good group stage in the Champions League, faltered in that Super 8 stage. But as you said correctly, Deshan, an opportunity to redeem themselves with a trophy to end the season.
It's been up and down so far. Ball making its way from one end of the pitch to the other very quickly. And
mind you,
special kickoff time as well now today. So the sun has set and these players benefiting twofold. One, in terms of missing out on that intense blaze of heat that comes with the early kickoff. And secondly, as you know, most of these players were fasting in lieu of Ramazan season. So the players have had the opportunity to be well nourished. And here's an opportunity. St. Mary's hoiks the ball very nearly, slightly over the crossbar, but like I said, those two environmental factors really allowing for these players to play at an extremely high intensity today.
Definitely the right kind of conditions, right kind of weather conditions for these players to bring out their A game. And a big crowd has come all the way from Jaffna. You would have heard the cheers soon after that first goal was scored.
Absolutely. Saunders, one of Colombo's favourite sides, outnumbered here at the Racecourse International Stadium by the Jaffna lads. And good little play here. Trying to hold on to the ball. Shot comes in. Tries to be cheeky. Salvage it. And here's an opportunity to test the keeper. Very nearly. Ball back into the box. And the shot now. Touch taken. Twisting, turning. And a corner now.
History is behind Saunders. They are no strangers to these cup finals. But what an achievement it would be if St. Mary's can outgun this Saunders side.
Absolutely. Lots of expectations carried across almost the length of this island by the fans that have made their way down here from the northern peninsula. It's a long trek for many of these lads. And especially in Champions Cup football, they'd want to go home with a trophy, and the cross comes in here, corner. Gumbari tries to turn his man, he does, but outnumbered there. Gumbari showing strength once again. The defense doing the hard work. Ratnam Jasmine there, trying to push his players up, but fantastic attacking play from Gumbari, who used his body very well in order to shield the ball and basically slow down play. And now another wave of attack here. Quick little touch and a foul one in the middle of the park. And now a free kick. Indiva Udara sends it rifling in. Gumbari now on the ball on the far side. He's been fantastic today. Now yet another opportunity to swing the ball into the box. And here we have Alasane drops it. St. Mary is now trying to get it. Goal guarded heavily. Alasane takes a bit of a hit, and the referee has halted play to check up on the Saunders keeper. So Alasane seems fine. Bit of a dangerous pass there, but St. Mary's working it out. Arnikan passing it very close to the goal line. Gumbari on the turn. Nice little bit of footwork. Gumbari spreads it out wide. John Lavani has an opportunity, falls just short of him. Sane works it out. And once again Saunders breaking here. Ball comes in. Lavani with an opportunity now. Can he get the ball under control? Goes up for it. Alasane picks it up. Some smart goalkeeping there from the Saunders goalkeeper and the Ivory Coast national. Danjuma Gumbari once again, he's all over the pitch today, isn't he? Philippe picks it up. Indiva Udara. Nalim on that far side as well. Philippe, Clovis Frank. Indiva Udara. And the header not really caught very cleanly, but can it be kept inside? Yes, managed to do so. Saunders still in it. Good work there. They've got a man hitting the deck as well in the middle. Nice little bit of footwork, and the ball has been cleared. Referee now bringing the play back. Sankadayas not taking any chances with these injuries. 20 minutes in, it's been a helter-skelter kind of game. Hoik ball, but straight into the arms of Arnican. Navo. Now Saunders continuing their chase for that all important second goal. Nalim in the Udar. Philippe. Here's an opportunity now to get the ball into the box and a corner. Ball comes in. Too much on it, and it goes out now for a throw in once again for the lads in yellow. Saunders recycling possession now. Nalim followed closely. But here you have Ziad Mufazel. Ziad Mufazel takes a hopeful shot from his left foot, doesn't quite catch it. And a goal kick now for St. Mary's. Now an opportunity for Saunders. Ball comes in very nearly. Cleared. Quickly taken. The Udara gets his heels clipped, and he's going to be happy taking that free kick. Ball comes in very nearly. St. Mary's on a run, but the offside flag has gone up. And just a bit of instruction there coming from OK Metobo in defense. He's asking his team to maintain that structure to get in the way of the Saunders attackers and not really open up as easy as they have been so far. Over the course of the last half an hour also, despite taking an early lead, it has been mostly Saunders in terms of attacking possession. They've nullified the threat of Danjuma Gumbari to some degree. Now a corner kick. Ball swung in very deep. Ball lost. Gumbari picks it up. Nalim once again. Recycling possession. Indiva Udar. Beautiful little touch for Saunders, and now pushing through the middle. Abdul Aziz tries to get the ball into the box. Defended. Gumbari again dispossessed by Nalim. Fighting for the ball here, Gumbari. And he's done fantastically well so far, Gumbari, to keep the ball in play, but the referee judges it to have gone out, and now a Saunders throw in once again. Nalim just getting in Gumbari's face there. Diva Udar. Cross comes in, beautiful ball. Okay, Metobo does beautifully, and he has an opportunity now for Roger Philippe. What a save by Anigan. Philippe will be kicking himself. Metobo not pleased one bit. Going at it with Ruben Raj. And now on the other side, Alassane making no mistake picking that up. Ball coming in now once again. A bit of confusion. Okay, Metobo is not a happy man. Anikan having a right royal go because Midunsan got in the way of that clearance. St. Mary's defense in tatters. And so far they've managed to keep a second goal out of the net. But the way things are going, it's looking increasingly likely. And Danjuma Gumbari. Saunders picking the ball up. Diva Udara try to get there. Gumbari gets the ball back. Beautifully elevated pass, but just a bit too much on it. Now the ball comes in, beautiful pass. What a beautiful offside flag well and truly raised, but you can see the creative eye there. Ball hoiked up the pitch there. Nalasane picks it up. Saunders. Indiva Udara with a cheeky little pass finds Nalim. Indiva Udara once again. Nalim gives the ball away and manages to win a foul in the process. Danjuma Gumbari catches him and gets a yellow card for his troubles. Maybe a little harsh, but Saunders won't complain. But the St. Mary's fans certainly letting them know. There's another look at that. Yeah, maybe just a little too harsh on Gumbari given the circumstances. The ball comes in here. An opportunity now for Saunders. Header gets caught. Arnican makes sure that it doesn't find the back of the net. So another opportunity goes a begging for the lads in yellow. Matobo there in defence, recognising the keeper's contribution. He's been a very frustrated man today. Bilan Pereira. So beg your pardon, Samir Pereira that was. Gets caught while making that clearance. And Pathum Gimhan asking why there was no card brandished for what he deemed a high tackle. And it looks like he's taken a bit of damage, Samir Pereira. Another look at that. Gumbari going after it. Ball comes in here. Oh, a bit of a miss kick. An opportunity now, door open for St. Mary's. Gumbari there somehow gotten away. Alasani taking his time there to pick up the ball. Little shove there. Elevated ball coming in. Saunders. Good bit of work there to win the ball back, and now Saunders pushing forward. Philippe. Gumbari coming back. Philippe still picking up without a problem. There is Arnikan. Hopeful shot more than anything else from Philippe as we narrow down into the final 3 minutes or so of this half. Now, good bit of work, but gets it nicked off of him, Clovis Frank. Jerinson in the middle of that park there, and now Ruben Raj finds OK Metobo. Back to Jerinson. Metobo gets rid of it. And here's the ball now. Lavani puts it into the box. Taking no chances is Roger Philippe. Ball coming in, Philippe clears. And beautiful elevated pass to Clovis Frank. Beautiful ball, here it comes, and there's an opportunity, somehow an Anikan mistake which allowed Clovis Frank an opportunity presented to him on a platter. Has been absolutely skied by him. And that should have been 2-1. Anikan will be breathing an absolute sigh of relief as the referee now signals for 2 minutes of added time. Lavani trying to wiggle his way out of trouble. Beautiful little touch there by Pathum Gimhan. Pathum Gimhan tries to continue running down the flank, but has been brought back for a foul. No, the throw in, that is. Lavani now. Speculative effort really, more than anything else from Lavani, going nowhere near the goal, but Nalim looking for a pass and Pathum Gimhan on his bike. Pathum Gimhan will get there first. Pathum Gimhan now. Roger Philippe puts the ball into the box, headed away. And here's a shot now. Ball nearly worked away, but nothing doing. And now Saunders, they've got about 15 seconds left in this half now. Minimum. Roger Philippe. Pathum Gimhan. Ball sent in. And that is the halftime interval here. In what has been an enthralling half of football. Started with a plump St. Mary's scoring. Saunders coming back with a belter to level after Danjuma Gumbari's second minute opener. Saunders certainly have been the better side. And Clovis Frank had the best chance in the game so far to make it 2-1 from about 6 yards out with the goalkeeper missing in action. But come the halftime interval, as Sashanka Madhushankar blows his halftime interval whistle, it's 2-1, it's 1-1 rather, here at the Racecourse International Stadium with it all to play for. And either team with the chance to take home this Champions Cup title.
peda jalilade rase Champions League ek had gas mein hanguman kick pe jab naramenne bhagi dulanne bhidi dasde goal ek gannai sit sarasenne samarok wenne saddeta denne we are one game one heart one game one heart Champions League this is where we start together we dream together we fight we are the champions the call is clear, the Champions League is finally one game, one heart, Champions League, this is where we start, together we dream, together we fight, we are the champions. One dream that we defend. Marangal pikkagome, kalathil arudiyai minnavumame. Name Champions League varave, unarvadakke tarume. Cheer ekai kammak denne, kollo set ekama ek wenne. Goal ekata kick ek denne. Champions League mein aramenne. Champions League satanai aramenne didi denne jaya ganne ek seenata apiyanne one game one heart Champions League where dreams take part raise your flags feel the art one game one heart one dream one star one game one heart Champions League forever we play the spirit
Sri Lanka Football Champions League, powered by TV Supreme.
Gumbari once again with a beautiful pass to John Lavani. Lavani just a yard and a half offside. Ball comes in here. Saunders starting off where they left off and putting the pressure on St. Mary's. So throw in now. A goal kick now. Referee blows the whistle. Sorry, doesn't blow the whistle. Rather, seeing nothing wrong with that. Philippe sends the ball in. Here's an opportunity. Clovis Frank, twisting, turning. Can Uldara take the shot? And now second bite of the cherry, maybe. Gumbari manages to nick it. Driving forward now, Gumbari. St. Mary is pushing. Marison works it back. Ball hoiked up. Alassane not convincing. That effort for John Lavani, not quite finding him either. And now Roger Philippe. Ball finds its way out. Saunders once again running it back. Somehow manages to keep the ball inside. Mohammad Aziz, and he runs into the box, takes a knock. But the referee rightfully saying nothing, doing the beautiful little nutmeg. Right idea to drive it past, but he was looking for that foul almost, and the likes of OK Matobo not at all concerned. Ball coming in. Elevated. And Alassane making no mistake. The big Ivory Coast national tries to find Clovis Frank. Clovis Frank running onto this. And Ziad Mufazal. Now Clovis Frank once again. Ball comes. Here's an effort. Just over the crossbar. Anikan caught off guard almost there as well. Ball cleared now, once again, recycled. Twisting and turning now. Beautiful pass. Indiva Udara. Here is an opportunity. Saunders. Clovis Frank not fast enough to get to the edge of that one. But you could see what he's trying to do. Beautiful little bit of work, and the ball comes in. Clovis Frank. Just a bit too much on it for him. And now giving chase are the St. Mary's lads, taking no chances. It's Priyadarshana at the back there. Mohammad Fauzan, Abdul Aziz, Samir Pereira, Roger Philippe. Back to Abdul Aziz, who found Indiva Udara with a beautiful pass. Indiva Udara now. Shot comes in from Indiva Udara. Anikan does well. And now John Lavani with a beautiful turn. John Lavani brought down. Referee doesn't see anything wrong with it. And he's got his arms in the air. He's frustrated. John Lavani is still on the ground and he's not very pleased. Abdul Aziz. Ball elevated. Set down. Yeah, you have to feel for John Lavani there. It was pulled back and stopped from getting to that one. Diva Udara very nearly, but just struggling to get that under control. And Aziz. Pathum Gimhan. Roger Philippe with the little elevated pass. Indiva Udara not quite up to it. And already Anikan taking his time picking up the ball. Not sure that's what he wants so early in this game with about half an hour left. And all to play for. And last ditch header there by Mohammad Fauzan to put the ball out, and a throw in on the cards to be taken by Marison. Fauzan with a last ditch tackle, and what fantastic defensive work that was. And now Roger Philippe, beautiful turn there by Clovis Frank rather. Pathum Gimhan gets tackled from behind. He goes down, clutching his leg, but Madhivadanan will feel he was in the clear, and the referee does also. Coming in hard but playing it cleanly. Ratnam Jusmin just pointing out the Lavani foul. Here you have that challenge did catch the man a bit hard, didn't he? And now continuing to push forward. Very nearly for Lavani. Beautiful little pass and play work. Nice idea, but Pathum Gimhan doesn't see any of the ball due to a great interception. Now continuing to push on. Samir Pera with an effort from distance flies over the goal. The instructions from Anikan very clear. Calm down. Slow the game down a little bit. The cross coming in here from Lavani. Lavani comes knocking, but nobody's home. St. Mary's really do need to get the act together on the attacking front. Taking a small hit there. Clovis Frank. The referee brings it back. Indiva Udar takes a hopeful shot. Doesn't ever really look like he was going to score. So now the game still intense. Saunders still pushing, but you can see the legs tiring a little bit. Okay, Matobo there has been a frustrated man the whole evening. Anikandu Metobo. Nice little work, and now St. Mary's with space to run into. Looking for that through pass. Gumbari running out of space. Gumbari wins it back somehow. Ball skied almost. And now time and space to run into, and once again fantastic defensive work there. Mohammad Fauzan, some last ditch tackles coming from him, and every single one of them essentially making sure that the ball doesn't find the back of the net. And St. Mary's have been very unfortunate given how effective he has been, and now a yellow card for Madhivadanan coming from behind there. Pathum Gimhan phased out of the game a little bit as the game has gone on. Ball comes in. Roger Phillips header cleared by OK Metobo. Both teams still very much in this. And here's an opportunity, just too much on it for Pathum Gimhan, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. So once again, St. Mary's with some breathing space. They really do need to use some of this space to try and construct something for themselves. Everything they've done so far in this game has gone through Danjuma Gumbari, and I think Saunders have figured that out. Once again, referee bringing it back for a potential injury for a Saunders player. Let's have a look at who that is. Yes, that is in fact Fauzan there. Pathum Gimhan continues to hold on to possession. Pathum Gimhan with the cross. Far side. Ziad Mufazal keeps it inside. Ball goes for a throw in for Saunders. Saunders to take it quickly. Roger Philippe. Ziad Mufazal. Nalim sends the ball into the box straight at the keeper. John Lavani now. Darshan down the middle. Looking for these options. Ball coming here and an opportunity. Alassane making no mistake in claiming that ball. That was in fact meant for Prem Kumar. Samir Pereira having a bit of a go at Prem Kumar there. And the referee getting involved to make sure it doesn't really transpire into something else and something more serious. Good work by the likes of Alassane and Nalim to calm the situation down. And the intensity kicking off here as we roll into the final 20 minutes of this game. And Samir Pereira not very pleased. It seems like the fires have been doused. Prem Kumar and Samir Pereira having a bit of a word and a hug. So all's well that ends well here at the Racecourse International Stadium. Here's another look at that. Samir Pereira pushing Prem Kumar out of his way. The referee Sasanka Madhushankar with a yellow card for Prem Kumar and a yellow card for Samir Pereira. Now continuing to push here. Prem Kumar down the right flank. Ball comes in behind Lavani. Danjuma Gumbari picks it up. Danjuma Gumbari drives into the box. Danjuma Gumbari tries to get a shot away. Still holding on to the ball. Gets fouled, he thinks, but no, the referee says nothing. Doing the right decision there by Sasanka Madhushan. Ball comes out wide. Now Pathum Gimhan. 3 on 3 becomes 3 on 5. And just a bit too much on it. Falling behind the man in the number 8 shirt there for Saunders SC, Ziad Mufazal. Now pushing and prodding. Beautiful work here by Prem Kumar. John Lavani tries to find him, but Prem Kumar taken out. But another late challenge from Fauzan on to John Lavani that came across a bit harshly. A yellow card, the right call there by the referee. And now a corner for St. Mary's. Yeah, never getting close to the ball there. So Nidarshan and Jerinson standing over this one with John Lawyers as well. John Lawyers has been anonymous in this game. Now with Vijay Vikrama, little more than 15 minutes left in this game, and despite all the dominance Saunders have shown, it hasn't reflected in the scoreboard. Maybe, just maybe, St. Mary's are looking to nick it from under their noses.
Yes, definitely, Deshan. I think apart from the 2 goals we saw in the first 5-10 minutes, we haven't seen much of the goals, but we haven't lacked any excitement as Maridas Darshan threads that ball onto the edge of the box. Man going after it was in 2 minds.
Yeah, Nidarshan, you can see the anger on his face because he wanted Lawyers to go after it. Lawyers nearly stalling, expecting the defender to get there, completely defeating the point of that movement.
Absolutely. I think he was just mindful of that interception, but whatever said and done, he should have gone along with that plan. But here's Pathum Gimhan, wonderful touch to kill that ball from the youngster. Mind you, Deshan, in the Champions Cup, we've seen quite a lot of late goals, especially after the 80th minute. And we've also had a marathon penalty shootout in that first quarter final. So anything could happen. St. Mary's are on the back of a penalty shootout win in that semi-final against Java Lane. Both teams have brought in their big guns for this second half. The former Sri Lanka under-20 captain Mohammad Zaid for Saunders, who is running after it, the youngster. We are in the jersey number 15.
What Saunders certainly wouldn't want is a penalty shootout, given the way they've played in this game. They'd feel, and I think rightfully, that they deserve a win in normal time. Going into a penalty shootout just allows the other team that chance to fight for that win, potentially even on level terms. Ball comes in. Here's an opportunity now for Saunders. Okay, Metobo getting in the way. And now St. Mary's hopeful more than anything else, but Gumbari going up for it. The referee rightfully calling a foul for that challenge.
There again, unnecessary from Gumbari, releasing that pressure that Saunders were under. Anikan, who has had a good Champions League and a Champions Cup as well, being in the Sri Lanka under-23 setup as well as the Sri Lanka futsal team. Good to see youngsters coming from the north and east representing Sri Lanka. We've seen quite a lot, including that man on your screen, Maridas Darshan, the captain of St. Mary's, along with his compatriot Nyan Ruben Vinod, who is also the captain of Solid. Both Nidarshan and Nyan Ruben paved the way for the lads from North and East to be included in that national team after the war ended in 2009. You could hear the Papare bands blaring in that upper grandstand where most of the Saunders fans are in. As here's Prem Kumar. An opportunity shot. And a brilliant save from Janssen Nalasane. Heart in the mouth moment for both teams. And here's Saunders on the other end. Pathum Gimhan's effort lacking the venom.
Once again, a look there at that effort from John Loyas. Very nearly finding the back of the net. Not enough purchase on it. The direction certainly was there. And now back on it. Rolling into the final 10 minutes of normal time in this game. That bounce just defeating the man in the number 15, Shah Mohammad Zaid there.
Fauzan Indri Udara. His final game as captain for Saunders. Udara would want to finish his captaincy with a trophy. Prem Kumar.
Philippe wins it. Clovis Frank. Mohammad Zaid loses out on possession. Pushed and shoved off the ball there by Jerinson. Fauzan not very pleased. See what he was trying to do there.
Jerinson, the guilty man. Credit to Saunders, credit to St. Mary's rather. In a high pressure game, the first major final. They've done well, soaked up that pressure, and scoring early would also help. But here's Pathum Gimhan. An intended pass to Clovis Frank, going nowhere. Fauzan brings the ball forward for the Price Park boys. They have the throw in. Ziad Mufazzal, Udara, Sanoj Samira, Mufazzal once again. Ball up front.
Anikan taking no chances. But a question of whether he was allowed to do that, isn't it, Dawood?
Well, if we can get the replay, we would see. Okay, Metabo. Hoping Anikan was in the same wavelength as he was, leaving the ball behind. And if not, If he wasn't Deshan, well, we'd never know.
A football intelligence or accident. It's come out successfully there for St. Mary's, so nobody's complaining. Those kind of things can look rather silly if they don't really work out.
And especially in a final. We've seen a lot of comical things happen, especially in those finals. Can remember Real Madrid versus Liverpool in the Champions League final. Glorious Karius against Karim Benzema.
And just a few weeks ago, when Tottenham Hotspur went 3-0 down in the first 15 minutes, glaring defensive errors. Especially due to miscommunication between the centre back and the goalkeeper.
As they say, anything could happen in a game of football, whether it's in a Sunday League or in a UEFA Champions League as well. The game is still not over. We have around 5.5 minutes plus added time to be played in this game. Here's Felipe. Looks like St. Mary's have dropped back. Hoping to take this same scoreline into the penalty shootout. But that's where they need to be careful.
And of the two teams, certainly by the looks of it, St. Mary's would prefer a penalty shootout compared to Saunders. Because they've been very willing to slow down the game and play it soft, play it slow. So St. Mary is now in the Saunders half. Last 5 minutes of this Champions Cup final. Cross swung in, nobody's home. John Lavani is back in the middle of the park now. And suddenly losing the ball there, Fauzan. Beautiful bit of footwork. An opportunity now to get the ball into the box. But not the right pass there from John Lawyers.
The experienced Anuj Samira read that play well. Positioned himself to intercept that ball. Mufazal. Sanjuka Priyadarshana. Sends the ball downfield. Frank gets it down. Here's Zaid. Frank. Here's Zaid against OK Metabo. Zaid was in two minds. He should have taken on OK Metabo.
Should have been a little more decisive there. St. Mary's win the foul through John Lawyers, who gets caught. Definitely not that much in it. And Priyadarshana just having a look, but making the most of it there, John Lawyers. Here's another look. Does get kicked, but certainly not at the scale at which John Lawyers was selling that to the referee Shashanka Madhusankar.
Maridas Nidarshan to take this kick from almost the halfway line, going straight at goal, away from the target.
Very poor there from the St. Mary's skipper. And slowly but surely, as we roll in now to the final minute, not normal time, what we're hearing is there may be about 3 minutes of added time left in this game, so not too long left. Here's an opportunity. Saunders very nearly nicking it off the last line of defense. St. Mary's win it back. Nidarshan gives the ball away. Saunders, another wave of attack now. They've got the men. Clovis Frank has the ball intercepted. And now Saunders once again pushing hard. Zaid takes a shot. Never going to threaten the keeper, and that's what he needs to do. That's what he needs to be careful of doing, rather. Inexperience showing a little bit. And 3 minutes now formally signalled here at the Racecourse International Stadium, so not very long in terms of time remaining, and we'll be going straight into a penalty shootout if we don't have a result at the end of those 3 minutes.
Now this is where both head coaches would be thinking about this final 2.5 minutes plus that penalty shootout, isn't it, Deshan? You need to be careful, you need to be ready for that as well. So the next set of substitutions are crucial.
Absolutely, but for Saunders, they'll be thinking about how one of these players can write their name into folklore. They've been in this situation hundreds of times before. They'll feel like they know what to do. But what they really need to do now is put the ball into the back of the net. Ball comes in. Not a very good corner there. And a substitution on the cards. Coming in for Nalim is the man in the number 6 shirt, Chandrasekhara.
The hard-working Mohammad Nalim has done his part for the men in yellow. Fauzan stepping back for long throw-in.
One last bite at the cherry for either of these sides. Is there one last big chance left in this game? Throw in. One last cross, maybe one last header. St. Mary's win that. Are they going to chase a goal? No, the free kick has been awarded the other way, to be taken quickly by Roger Philippe. Nope, Samir Pereira steps up. A little over 20 seconds left. Chandrasekhara on the far side sends the ball to the middle. There's nobody there. Straight into the hands of Arnikan, and that should be that. So at the end of 90 minutes plus added time, nothing to separate these two teams, with both the sides scoring the opening goal in the first 10 minutes. And despite what has been an intense affair ever since, both the teams having their chances, Saunders in particular dominating in the attacking front. The game at the end of full time is 1-1, and we are going to go into a penalty shootout. Final words of instruction now to the two goalkeepers prior to this penalty shootout for the Champions Cup title. Saunders are going to kick things off. Indiva Udara. The Saunders skipper stepping up to take his final penalty in the armband. Indiva Udara versus Anikan for the first goal and to draw first blood. Indiva Udara save! Not how this was supposed to go for the Colombo side. And Alassane now has pressure on him to pull one back to keep Saunders in this. And John Lavani steps up, sets the keeper the wrong way, and that's 1-0 to St. Mary's. Roger Philippe steps up, and another save! Arnigan is on fire! Roger Philippe, not a very convincing penalty. Questions on whether he stepped out of the line, Navod, but I think the dive kept him in the air at the point that he saved the ball. So some leeway. Didn't step out and then jump out wide, but the referee sees nothing wrong with it, and the scoreline sticks to what it is.
But what a save, a flying Arnikan. And here's Danjuma Gumbari to give St. Mary's a 2-0 lead against Janssen Alassane. Casually, almost a nonchalant penalty from Danjuma Gumbari. Janssen Alassane was rooted to his spot. Some complaints from him.
I think the complaint was that Gumbari takes a step back, but no, I think he takes a stuttered movement towards the ball, and as long as the attacker doesn't deviate from that run-up, I think he is in the clear in terms of the laws of the game. And Saunders really need to score this if they want to remain in this game, and the shot comes in, and finally Mohamed Zaid makes no mistake, the youngster. But if St. Mary's score this, they are on the cusp of victory.
Absolutely, and for the third time in a row, Arnikan dove the right way. And here is Arnikan to take the penalty against Janssen Alassane. Arnikan against Alassane, a stutter, shoots, he scores. Slight touch from Alassane, but not able to save that. Saunders needs to be perfect. Patum Gimhan. Gimhan against Arnikan, and he saves, and that's the win for St. Mary's. The hero of the final, Arnikan, 3 saves out of the 4 penalties. And what a show, young man. Showed up when it matters the most. The biggest man on the pitch, spoiling the Saunders party in the heart of Colombo, in what has remained the theme of the Saunders story over the last few years. Almost there, but not quite. And Anakin, after a questionable few decisions during the game, has come back at the penalty shootout and proven to be the absolute hero. St. Mary's win the Champions Cup. And in what has been an absolutely enthralling encounter, despite the lack of goals, the football has been extremely rapid, and a penalty shootout to boot that was equally exciting to watch. And finally, as we prepare for this presentation ceremony, St. Mary's coming out on top in this Champions Cup knockout tournament. Clovis Frank, who had that absolute sitter in the first half, will be wondering how different things would have been had he managed not to sky that and hit it anywhere on target. So stay tuned as we shortly will join the presentation ceremony from the pitch side, as we conclude the formalities both of this Champions Cup and the Champions League for the 25-26 season.
shown the region and the world that belief, discipline, and vision can transform dreams into results. One of the defining moments of this journey came with our magnificent 3-1 victory over Chinese Taipei, a performance that showcased courage, tactical brilliance, and the fearless spirit of our players wearing the land on their crest. That victory was more than just 3 goals and 3 points. It became a symbol of our rise, lifting Sri Lanka from 207th in FIFA rankings to an inspiring 191, our highest climb in years, and a clear sign that Sri Lankan football is marching forward with confidence. Behind every great rise is great leadership. Under the visionary guidance of Football Sri Lanka President Mr. Jaswa Uma, this new era has built on courage and structure, professionalism, and a relentless commitment to taking Sri Lankan football to greater heights. His leadership has not only strengthened the game at the national level, but has also restored belief across the footballing community. Tonight, we honor the players who fought and coaches who guided and the officials who supported and every individual who has contributed to this remarkable football journey. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a big round of applause.
Football Federation of Sri Lanka Champions Cup 2025-2026. The crowning ceremony here at the Racecourse International Stadium, Colombo.
The Champions League and Champions Cup tournament may not have been possible without the tireless and dedicated services of the match officials who made a remarkable performance on and off the field. It is our privilege to honor the services of these match officials and referees. May I kindly invite Mr. Zaran Singhavansa, Deputy Chairperson of FFSL Competitions Committee, to the stage to give away these awards.
Match officials, please be ready. Match Commissioner, Mr. Sinan Razik. Referee, Shashanka Madhushankar. Assistant Referee 1, Buddhika Das. Assistant Referee 2, Lahiru Jayaneti. Fourth Referee, Ashif Askar.
May I request Mr. Zaran Singhavansa to remain on stage to give away the awards to the match commissioners of the Champions League and Champions Cup. We also have a group of highly dedicated individuals who have rendered their services to make this Champions League and Champions Cup a great success.
The match commissioners participating and present today: M. Rajendran, M.H.M. Afla, Navod Vijay Vikrama, Ravin Rajakaruna.
We have a special token of appreciation for the support extended to the match operations as the competitions coordinator to Mr. Nazar Mohideen. Thank you, Mr. Singhavan, sir.
Cordial inviting Mr. Jaswa Uma, President of Sri Lanka Football, for the next presentation. Sir, it had been a tremendous game. The 8 teams played some outstanding football through the knockouts, and in this final, a very early goal each that took the teams to half-time at 1-1. No scoring in the second half. And that forced the penalty shootout that eventually saw us come to the end of this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, inaugural Champions Cup 2025-2026. Runners-up, Saunders Sports Club, Colombo. There will be medals for the runner-up team. Indivara Udara captain, D. Shantasiri coach, Jagat Rohana manager.
The squad members are Sanjuka Priyadarshana, Mohammad Nalim, Ziad Mufazal, Patum Gimhan, Sanoj Samira, Indreva Udara the captain, Abdul Aziz, Mohammad Fauzan, Clovis Frank, Roger Felipe, Jansen Alasane, Sandruan Lakshan, C.G. Chandrasekhara, Nipuna Chintaka, Muhammad Shahid, Muhammad Zaid, Muhammad Fatih, Jacob Atkinson, J.M. Ramzan, Muhammad Osama, Gagana Rashmika, Danuka Dananjaya, and Vimukti Madhuanta. now I would like to invite the captain of Saunders, Indriva Udara, to collect the cash prize of 500,000 presented by Mr. Jaswa Uma, President of Football Federation of Sri Lanka. Saunders Sports Club, the runners-up of the Champions Cup 2025-26.
Congratulations to you, Saunders. Thank you very much, Mr. Suruma. Cordial inviting Mr. Sanjeeva Madhavatta, Senior DIG, Sri Lanka Police, for the next presentation, accompanied by Mr. Jaswaruma. It had been a tremendous performance. They won that penalty shootout 3-1. Inaugural Champions Cup 2025-2026. The championship winning team led by Maryadas Nitharshan, coached by Ratnam Jasmine, managed by P. Satish. St. Mary's Sports Club, Jaffna. May we invite the team to collect their medals first.
The team of St. Mary's comprises of I. Midunsan, John Loyas, Maryadas Nidarshan, the captain, J. Jerinson, M. Marison, Danjuma Gumbare, S. Madhivadanan, S. Anikan, S. Ruben Raj, John Lavani, OK Metabo, M. Prem Kumar, K. Biron, T. Kidarshan, J. Sunesan Meron, Sebastiarul, K. Abhishek, Anton Charles, John Kesley, S. Jerushan, and S. Sinthujan.
Good for the promotion and popularity of the sport in the provinces. It has been a tremendous performance by the northern team. They have a very strong base as far as the junior football is concerned, and this will certainly inspire them to play even better, bigger in the tournaments to come in the future. We also take this opportunity to say a big thank you to the fan base from Jaffna who have come here, coming a long way under these trying circumstances. On behalf of Sri Lanka football, we say a big thank you to all you fans from Jaffna. Thank you very much.
Mind you, Haritha, this is the third time that a major trophy has gone away from Colombo. Pelicans winning the second. Solid Sports Club was the first team to win the Champions League back in 2016. Pelicans winning the Champions League in 2025-2026. That was the second instance. And the third instance where a major trophy has been won by a team outside of Colombo. St. Mary's, congratulations.
It's no big surprise. 4 of the Super 8 teams were from the provinces. So that is what Sri Lanka football has done to the sport, and more provinces will be now interested to challenge the big teams from the capital city. He had a tremendous game with the saves in the penalty shootout.
And a huge congratulations and thank you to the support staff of St. Mary's, led by their coach, Ratnam Jasmine, and their manager, along with the support staff as well as Shanu Bhaskaran, Sri Lanka national women's football player as well, supporting her hometown team, St. Mary's. Now we would like to invite the captain of St. Mary's, Mariadas Nidarshan, to collect the cash prize of 1 million from Mr. Sanjeeva Madhavata, Senior DIG, Sri Lanka Police.
Okay, wait for the final award to be collected. Inaugural Champions Cup 2025 champions.
St. Mary's captain Mariadas Nidarshan to collect the trophy.
That wonderful trophy and 1 million rupees prize money for the champions. Well done. Congratulations, St. Mary's, Jaffna. Total matches. 42 matches were played. In the Super 8 stage, 28 of them, and in the relegation stage, 15 matches. That was a total of 85 matches. Then the total goal scoring in the group stage, 181 goals. In the Super 8 stage, 91 goals. In the relegation stage, 42 goals. Total of 314 goals scored. The average goals per match was calculated at 3.69, which is definitely high by local standards.
We cordially invite Ahmad Al-Mannai, head coach, Sri Lanka women's team and futsal team, to give away this award.
The Golden Boot Award for the highest goal scorer of the Champions League tournament. He had played in 10 matches and scored 10 goals.
From Saunders Sports Club, Roger Felipe. Congratulations, Roger Felipe. And we would like to invite Ahmad Al-Mannai to stay behind for the next award as well.
This next award for the Golden Ball Award for the emerging player of the Champions League tournament. He's just 21 years old, comes from the Northern Peninsula, played in 13 matches and had accumulated 8 goals.
The prestigious Golden Ball Award goes to Vijay Kumar Bishan of Serendip Sports Club from Mavanalla.
Yet another province's champion walking up to get his due recognition. Well done. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Vijay Kumar Bishan. And thank you, Ahmad Al-Mannai, head coach of Sri Lanka women's and futsal teams. Next up, we would like to invite Mr. A.W. Gaffer, Chairperson Competitions Committee of FFSL, to give away the next set of awards. He will be accompanied by the President of Football Federation of Sri Lanka, Mr. Jaswa Uma.
This is the Fair Play Award for keeping the spirit of the game fair and competitive. And this is a very special award.
This award goes to Solid Sports Club of Anuradhapura. We would like to invite Mr. Sagar Priyatilaka, President of Solid Sports Club, to receive this award.
Yet another provinces team coming into the forefront, captained by Jnanaruban Vinod, coach Sabanath Sivanesan, manager Ahmad Shahil.
Congratulations, Solid Sports Club. We would like to invite A.W. Gaffa and Jazwa Umar to stay behind for the next award.
Goalkeeping is an important player condition and a player individual of any team who will keep the match alive and competitive. We have a very special award to the best goalkeeper of this tournament.
The award goes to Mohammad Lutfi of Serendip Sports Club.
Well done. He had 13 matches, 6 clean sheets without conceding any goals, showing solidarity and excitement.
Congratulations, Mohammad Lutfi. And thank you, Mr. Jazwa Umar and A.W. Ghaffar.
The Champions League Super 8, as I said earlier, had 4 teams from the provinces. In 5th place was Solid Sports Club. They had played 7 matches, won 2, lost 3, and collected 8 points. On top of them were St. Mary's Jaffna, 7 played, 2 won, 4 losses, 10 points. In 3rd place was Serendip Sports Club, 7 played, 4 won, and 2 points.
We would like to invite Mr. Achundan, Director General of Sports, to give away this next set of awards. He will be accompanied by Mr. Jazwa Umar, President of Football Federation of Sri Lanka.
The 2nd place team of the Champions League 2025-2026. Thirteen matches, 25 goals with 13 points. 2nd place team, Javelin Sports Club of Colombo. Captain Javelin skipper Harshan Sumudu, coach Naza Hamid, manager Amin Arvin.
The javelin team comprises of Asel Rajvansha, Abdul Farik, Derek Fernando, Harshana Sumudu, Mohammad Azad, Mohammad Rizkan, Mohammad Alim, Oluwaseun Olawale, Bhuvaneshwaran Abhishan, Nabusi Bernard, Ashfaq Ayub, Mohammad Ziad, Andrew Devas, Mohammad Yazir, Mohammad Sajid, Ravindu Abhimana, Rajasekar Keshihan, Malik Suno, Rishad Ahmad, Rizvi Atik, and Mohammad Humar. Huge congratulations and thanks to the officials of Javelin, headed by the president and manager Maxi Letran, head coach Nazar Hamid, and the support staff, who has been of immense value in the success of Javelin. Javelin were in the thick of things in the Champions Cup as well. They won the first quarter final in a marathon penalty shootout 16-15 before being eventually defeated in another penalty shootout. World champions St. Mary's. We would now like to invite the captain of Javelin, Harshana Sumudu, to collect the cash prize of 1 million awarded by Mr. Achundan, Director General of Sports.
Well played. Second place team of the Champions League 2025-2026. Javelin Sports Club of Colombo.
Congratulations, Javelin Sports Club, and thank you, Mr. Achundan, Director General of Sports. For the next award,
Congratulations and thank you, Javelin.
to present the final award of the night, we would like to invite Honorable Sugat Tilakaratna, Olympian, Deputy Minister of Sports, onto the stage. He will be accompanied by the President of Football Federation of Sri Lanka, Mr. Jazwa Umar.
The worthy winners of the Champions League 2025-2026. They played a total of 13 matches, 20 goals scored, and accumulated 17 points. Winners of the Champions League 2025-2026, captained by Sanjay Thiriman, coach Aruna Sampath, manager Sanjay Nisanta. Pelican Sports Club, Kurunegala.
The team comprises of Kojo Anoke, Kavindu Ishan, Yasaswin Thirimana, Ernest Tado, Selvanayagam Saduryan, Vigneshwara Raj Kajanathan, Mohammad Husni, Sanjay Thirimana, Mensa Stephen, Farooq Fauzan, Daniel Musatkin, Alam Akram, Arumugam Sujeevan, Lahiru Sampath, Dilanga Prabhat, Selvam Sudarshan, Muhammad Irfan, Kamal Anjana, Kumara Kevinash, Navanida Niranjan, Timira Karunaratna, and Muhammad Rimash. Once again, a huge congratulations and thank you to the staff of Pelican Sports Club, without whom this championship wouldn't have been possible. The head coach, Aruna Sampath, the assistant coach, Charita Ratnayaka, along with the president and the manager of Pelican Sports Club and the support staff. Congratulations and all the best. I would now like to invite the captain of Pelican Sports Club, Sanjay Thirimana, to collect the cash prize of 2 million rather, presented by Honorable Sugat Tilakaratna, Olympian, Deputy Minister of Sports.
Now, winners of the Champions League 2025-2026 receiving this wonderful trophy from Honorable Sugat Tilakaratna, Olympian, Deputy Minister of Sports. Congratulations to you, Pelican Sports Club, Kurunagala. We would like to thank our distinguished invitees who participated in the presentation ceremony. It was a great pleasure. Sri Lanka Football was privileged to invite you and have you here as our distinguished invitees. On behalf of Sri Lanka Football, we would like to thank all stakeholders, the ground staff, the media, the support services providers, and everybody else, the fans, for being present here. We conclude the two major tournaments of Sri Lanka football for 25-26. We certainly would like to see all of you participate in the next year's football tournaments, and wish you a safe trip home. Enjoy the rest of the week and the celebrated times that are coming up in this country. Good night from our presentation party.